everyone, and welcome to the Self-Healing Communities podcast, where we will give you a deeper understanding of the neurobiology of trauma, healing, and human resilience. This podcast is put on by the Self-Healing Communities of the Greater Michiana region. The Self-Healing Communities of Greater Michiana mission is to nurture personal and community well-being through the neuroscience of human resilience and the celebration of our collective strengths. We will be joined by Dr. Nancy Michael, the Director of Undergraduate Studies for the Neuroscience and Behavior major in the College of Science for the University of Notre Dame, who will discuss what a brain fair is and why it is important. Stay tuned. Today we have Dr. Nancy Michael, the Director of Undergraduate Studies for the Neuroscience and Behavior major in the College of Science for the University of Notre Dame as our guest. She will discuss what a brain fair is and why it is important. Hey, Dr. Michael, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Olivia, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, thanks.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So my first question for you today is, what is the brain fair and how does it connect to building general community capacity and self-healing communities?
That is a fantastic question with lots of different parts. So we'll break it down. So brain fair, it sounds like a weird thing, a brain fair, sounds like a weird thing. But what it is, I mean, if you can imagine like a hands-on science museum, but like a pop-up hands-on science museum, that's all about cool brain stuff.
Okay.
So that's kind of what one might expect in going to it. So if you like science, but not being like talked at kind of science, but getting to like play with stuff kind of science, exploring kind of science, then this event might be something for you. So in thinking about how a brain fair might connect to general community capacity or self-healing communities, just kind of the overall mission is to nurture personal well-being and community well-being through the neuroscience of resilience. And really, I mean, anytime you're talking about the neuroscience of resilience or the neuroscience of human resilience, right? Every person has a nervous system, every person has a brain. And so the more that we understand ourselves, the better we can take care of ourselves. And the more we're taking care of ourselves, the better we can take care of each other, right? And so so that's kind of the overall mission work of self-healing communities. And then as we do that, right, as we're taking better care of ourselves and taking better care of taking better care of each other, right, that's how we can all make contributions to general community capacity.
Awesome. Thank you. My second question for you is, why is it important to attend brain fair type events? There are different types of science fairs, but why is a specific brain fair important?
So my personal bias would be that like all science fairs are super fun. So it might not be more important or less important to go to one or the other. I obviously have a huge neuroscience bias. So I would offer that why I think brain fairs are important are kind of for some of the reasons that we talked about in the first question, right? That like I think most people really want to do, I mean, I'll say it differently. I have never met a person who is not doing the best that they can, right? I think that that's a universal, right? And but what that looks like and how we're able to accomplish that looks tremendously different based on so many factors that are often outside of our control. And so one of the things that I love about that, it's always like a sneaky goal of the brain fair is to be like, this is how the brain works, and this is how we can take care of ourselves, right? These are the cool ways in which the brain's obligated to function. And so that's why I would say that I have an obvious bias towards a brain fair or participation at something like a brain fair is because I think everybody gets an opportunity to grow like personally in ways that maybe learning about astrophysics or something like that might not, right? Like that could be really awesome. And I, be really curious about those kinds of things. And they're really, really interesting. And I think neuroscience offers like a very personalized exploration. So
got it. So what can somebody expect to do at a brain fair?
I mean, really anything. You can make lemons that taste like lemonade. You can toss beanbags with crazy goggles. You can do weird mirror tricks or, see what it's like to have a phantom limb. So it's really all kinds of stuff. So we try to have a representation of like sensation and perception and memory and stress and regulation synaptic plasticity, all these really cool things. And so there's a wide variety like this in the Brain Fair in spring of 2024. We'll have about 25 different activities that range, again, those, from memory, sensation to perception, taste, olfaction. So yeah, lots of fun. Fun for all ages.
So when you say fun for all ages, are the activities targeted for certain age demographics, or are they more so inclusive for everyone of all ages?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I would say that the majority of activities probably really are for everyone, right? There's a handful of activities that are for the activity itself might be thought of as like a younger kiddo activity with big air quotes for those that can't see me right now. But I think one of the greatest gifts of these types of events is that younger kids are with older people, right? That like there's always kind of an older nervous system kind of guiding and walking alongside younger kiddos. And so while some of that, right, we make activities specifically for younger kiddos because every caregiver of young children is looking for ways to like do things and fill time and get out of the house and everything. But I think a great gift of these activities is that I think caregivers of all ages, right? And even into like retired and aging brains, right? We all learn something because it's universal human brain function.
Awesome, thank you. And my last question for you today is, why is learning about the brain so important for humans?
Like, just to summarize, right? If there's like a takeaway, right? It's all of the things that we've kind of talked about, right? That like the more we understand ourselves, the better we can do taking care of ourselves, and the better we can do taking care of each other, right? That like a lot of the ways that we live, a lot of the ways that we, kind of engage or not with the people and the community around us doesn't necessarily match up with a lot of the things that human nervous systems need for wellness. And so the more we understand what human nervous systems need for wellness, we get a choice then, right? If we don't know any better, then we can't do any better. But the more that we learn about the brain, the more we learn about what kind of human nervous systems universally require for wellness, the better we can actually do, right? And the more we can engage in wellness.
Today we had Dr. Nancy Michael, the Director of Undergraduate Studies for the Neuroscience and Behavior major in the College of Science for the University of Notre Dame, share what a brain fair is and why it is important to attend one. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Please make sure that you are taking care of yourself and others today. We will see you in the next episode. Just a reminder that this is sponsored by the self-healing communities of the Greater Michiana region. If you have more questions or want more information, please visit our website, selfhealingmichiana.org, or email us at selfhealingcommunities@gmail.com.